because they don't sell them anymore.
Well, they
25
were
to 50.
Well, when they got them at first, they were selling them around the time BioShock 2 was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, big on BioShock at the time before BioShock 2 came out. So people were not ready for disappointment yet. I liked it. I don't know what everyone's talking about.
But yeah, I sewed all the body. It has beans in it. It's a bean body.
I want one of the... I think there was like a package for all 3 BioShock games, and it came with the splicer mask, and I wanted the kitty one because that's the one that looked the creepiest to me.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be a splicer for Halloween.
Yeah. What's so funny is like right after she did this, she wore this for the Comic-Con and for Halloween. And then right after Halloween was done, she's like, I want my hair cut.
Oh.
So we got chopped her hair. Her hair is an actual point. We grew it out specifically for this cosplay. But no, and then last year she was the Corpse Bride. We didn't go to the Comic-Con, but we had a wedding dress and everything.
That's so cool.
Oh, that's actually really interesting, Alex. Side note, Alex says he saw the Power Rangers movie today, and I guess they film in the same town because he saw Storybrooke.
Oh.
I
wouldn't be surprised.
I have to watch it again. Because I didn't see Storybrooke. That is interesting, actually.
Yeah.
But I did see the movie, and it's awesome.
Hello, Alex. Hello, Daniela.
Alex, did you like the Power Rangers movie?
I haven't seen it yet.
They do a thing. They do a Marvel thing in the middle of the credits.
I have not seen it yet. I've had a theory. I don't know if it gets solved in the movie or not, but
I'm not going to tell you.
I don't want to know if it does or not. Like I'm
not going to tell you, but just tell me the theory so I can.
I'm gonna mute myself on the podcast so the stream can't hear it because I don't want to even. It's huge.
So, yeah. Well, that's everybody's theory, really. That's what people have been saying. It's what I've been saying. Yeah, that was everyone's reaction about why she looks like that. I won't say anything about the Rita thing. I do like Rita in the movie, I will say that. And what I will say about Goldar is he's not the Goldar from the show. He is different. He's completely different. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I will talk about when you actually see it. But
okay, yeah, I'm gonna see it.
You could tell that Rita and Goldar knew each other before. They did in the show, but other than that, that's like really the only thing about Goldar.
It's in English.
It tweeted out in English? Our auto tweet?
It tweeted out in English.
That's fantastic.
English.
Did anybody watch Avenue Q?
No.
Huh?
Avenue Q, great musical. And there's an Asian character in that show. And she replaces all the L's with R's.
English.
Lion, take out the recyclables. The what? The recyclables.
Oh my god. I can't hear Emmy. God, she's so loud.
Yeah. Yeah, Emmy's pretty loud. Nick, you want to do between this while I'm uploading stuff? You want to tag up stuff with me after?
I guess so.
Because I don't think anything's been tagged up in the last 2 days.
Mm-mm.
And some of the stuff airs tomorrow, so it's going to be tagged up. Alright,
Should I put on Deadpool? Princess Deadpool.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot from Princess Deadpool in a while.
And the little Link.
Little Link.
Little Link.
Well, I got the Deadpool hoodie on, so.
Let's see. And who else do we have? We have a weeping angel next to the Little Link right here.
Oh,
It looks like a putty patroller.
Oh yeah, they could be.
No, not okay. Now that it's close up, but when it was far back, it looked like that looked like a putty, but
From the back.
not from the back. No, from the front. It
That's
definitely
basically
looked
the
like
face.
yeah.
how did that
I
happen?
would assume the font's here.
I have Batman, a pop vinyl Batman, and then I have a pop vinyl Batman Joker. The regular Batman's tipped over.
Mm.
And it's up on a shelf up here. Cats can't get to it. I don't know. Stop fighting, you two. God damn it.
I don't know. All I know is I'm very upset because the TV show that I had been waiting for forever just got canceled.
Yeah, that was. Isn't that just the way? That's how it goes, isn't it?
I don't know. Like I was telling Cleo, I said that what I'm most mad about is that there's no plans to even air the rest of the episodes that were already filmed.
What? Well, I can see why they would do that if there is an overarching story that ultimately doesn't get resolved.
I don't think I
Fully,
could do
anyway.
the show like this.
Yeah, but it's not getting resolved that they're already in the middle of, so why not just show us some more?
They probably didn't answer all the questions, probably.
Yeah.
But ending it where they did, they're still not answering questions, so that doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Well, yeah, either way, they weren't going to answer.
Yeah, but they've already put the time and money into producing, editing, and everything. Why not at least try to get something back from
I
it?
don't know. Maybe there's some behind the scenes things that, things happen.
I'm hoping Netflix picks it up. That's all I can say.
Well, I was hoping, about Agent Carter. That didn't happen, so.
Yeah, but that, I feel, was more Haley Atwell, because she got picked up by another company around the time of the cancellation. So if Netflix wanted to pick it up, it was too late at that point because she had already another contract with another company.
But Haley Atwell still wants a movie, so you give damn Peggy Carter a movie when Peggy Carter says she wants a movie. So
maybe she'll get one.
That's hot.
I know, Alex. I know. I was very upset.
This thing is hot.
Oh,
Deadpool.
I don't know if my Boba Fett one's hot or not. I don't know. I haven't tried it.
you haven't tried it? All right, I am ready if you guys are.
Ready.
I'll start off this way, but I'm not going to keep this way.
I gotta take Abigail off screen.
Okay,
That's what I named her.
it sounds appropriate. It's the appropriate name for a weeping angel.
Princess Deadpool hasn't made an appearance on Once Upon a Time podcast in a long time.
I think Princess Deadpool and Little Link will be friends.
Fair enough.
Granted, Deadpool is still up there writing Maleficent.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story.
All right, everybody ready?
Yep.
Sure.
Is that a yes, Jake?
Yeah, that's a yes.
Starting in 5, 4, 3.
There.
Warning! This podcast contains Tinkerbell! What's up, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Once Upon a Time, Season 6, Episode 14, Page 23. I'm your host, Dom. With me, we have Jake, Nikki, and Princess Deadpool.
Yep.
Hi.
Okay, this thing's hot.
Just kidding, it's Rachel.
Ah, surprise.
My
So,
husband's hoodie, not even mine.
Are you having trouble?
what'd you guys think of this episode?
I am fine.
You're fine?
I like
It's
it.
fine, we're all
Fine.
fine. It's fine, we're fine.
Fine.
I don't know.
Things are coming.
You don't know. It's still
That's
still
weird.
settling with
Like-
you, Nikki?
Things are coming to a head. Sounds funny, but it's
Oh.
true.
Mm. Yeah, this episode, like, to be honest, a lot of the time that Nikki has frustrations with Emma, I'm in agreement with her. I'm just not as frustrated with her. I don't know exactly how you feel about Emma this particular episode, Nikki, but I actually feel like Emma went about everything the right way. Everything, right? And I know that's gonna upset Daniela in chat right away because she's a huge Captain Swan shipper, and I'm not trying to unship them. I think they're great together. Let me clarify that. I think they're great together, but based on what is happening, I think Emma went about this the right way.
I mean, I think her choice ultimately did, strike something with Hook, which, was the whole fucking point.
Yeah, I saw the blog.
But the little
other-
conversation they had at first, when she was like, "We can, up to this point, we can fix everything," blah blah blah, and it's like, how troubled he is about this whole situation.
No, sadly, I had not.
And it's difficult for Hook to work things out like this on his own. He needs her.
Mm-hmm.
And for her to be like, "You go figure it out," was, at that point really, really like, I was like, whoa. The whole taking the ring back thing, that was just a way of her saying, it's not an ultimatum, but it's on you.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, it's just the way she worded the conversation beforehand. It was like, "Oh, we can fix it," and then she's like, "No, you go fix it." It felt like she was just kind of twisting things, and I don't know. Maybe it was just the way I perceived the conversation because of how I don't like Emma.
Yeah, that's completely possible. I mean, so what we had Hook dealing with the guilt of this stuff. He didn't know. It's not like he intentionally went out and go, this is my, this is Prince Charming's or father, or whatever. I'm gonna kill him, and no, it wasn't a malicious thing. It was just the way Hook was. Whatever. That doesn't make it right, but it's whatever.
Wrong place,
it's from the
wrong
past.
time.
Yeah, it's from the past. Let the past be the past. It wasn't done with malicious intent to harm the Charmings, or Emma. So now we're here in the present day. And, Hook has the conversation with Nemo, and Nemo is sitting there, he says his goodbyes to Hook. He's happy to found that he found what was missing from his life, which was a family. But Hook, he says, "Look, my past is caught up to me. It's really starting to worry me." And Nemo's advice was, "Look, you can either do two things. You can spill the beans and ask for forgiveness, or you can keep it a secret and learn to live with it." Personally,
learn to forgive himself.
yeah. And personally, Nemo said that spilling the beans and asking for forgiveness is the better option. That was his choice. So ultimately, Hook decided he doesn't want to. It's a secret, right? Nobody knows about it. He didn't even tell Nemo exactly what it was. Right?
No.
And he said, "Oh, it's just me and you that know now." But Dr. Hopper knew something last episode as well.
Yeah.
And without still knowing exactly what Hook is literally the only one that knows what's going on right now. So he used the Dreamcatcher to put his memories in the Dreamcatcher. And
you did it in the living room.
Yeah, you did it in the living room over the fireplace where Emma could walk in, whatever. Stupid move on your part, Hook. Regardless. Not the best choice of ways to go about it, but I can understand it. If it's a secret that hurts nobody, you're the only one that knows it. And then you're the only one that knows it. Sure, right? It's what's done is done. You can't change it. I get it.
Well,
it's not the best way to go about it, but I understand.
No, realistically, we don't know what he was going to do after he burned up. We don't know if he was just going to get rid of the memory so no one else could find it and then tell, or we don't know what he was going to do.
If he doesn't have the memory anymore, then he doesn't have to freaking worry about it anymore because he doesn't remember.
Right. So I understand what he was trying to do. Not the best course of action, Hook. Not your finest moment.
But it would have worked.
And then Emma starts getting upset, and I'm like, okay, here we go. And then Emma got upset for all the right reasons.
Yeah, and Hook thought she was going to get upset for the other reasons.
Right.
She was like, okay, whatever, we would have forgiven you, but you were going to just get rid of the memory.
She didn't say we. She said I would have. We would have worked through it.
No, she said her parents, they would have forgave you because that's what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. She included her parents in the
Okay,
forgiveness
yeah.
part, but yeah, she was mad at him for trying to get rid of the memory, not trusting her with this bit of information, not, leaning on her and, respecting her and stuff like that. It was just that he was just being, I mean,
I think it's still
ashamed.
hard. Yeah, it's still hard for him to
He's
lean on
ashamed
someone.
and he's self-conscious in himself, and like he's just, I don't
It's
know,
still
he's
hard.
become a.
It's
It
still
is
hard for him.
hard, but it's not like, you see him when he was Hook, when he was
Mhm.
Captain Hook, and he was very confident, he was very egotistical, he was very steadfast, he was resilient, and now you see him, like, the contrast now is that he's actually a weaker character. He's leaning almost too much on Emma to help him solve his problems.
Well, that goes back to the whole, thing about the evil queen back in season 1. Love makes you weak.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
in
not
a
necessary.
way, it does, right? It provides a weakness. It does, 100%. And you see this on many shows, especially like superhero shows, like or movies. Like look at even Spider-Man. Spider-Man didn't want to reveal his identity because then people know who he is, and then he could attack the people he loved. That's a weakness.
That's like every plot for every superhero
Yeah,
movie.
but at the same time, love is strength. It gives you purpose and all these other things. So it's a whole, like, the whole love is weakness, love is power is a huge debate, and it falls somewhere in the middle of that.
When you don't have anyone else, if you don't have anyone to lean on, you don't have anyone in your life, period, and the only person you rely on is yourself, then it's easy to be the old Hook, how he was.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's no one around, there's no consequences, because all you care about is yourself, and when you care about yourself, you don't care what you do.
So
I just
But
feel
then now
that
he
Emma,
has people he cares about, and he has a family. He was
Right.
scared, and it's hard for him to lean on someone. He's still, I mean, hello, how many hundreds of years was he Captain Hook and doing that?
right,
I mean,
because he doesn't want to lose it. With being Captain Hook,
No.
and he's all about himself. He doesn't have anything to worry about losing or disappointing other than himself.
I just feel like after he got back from the underworld, his character completely did like a 180.
Yeah.
He's
So
trying to
right
change.
now-
Lost
so
all
hard.
his confidence.
Right now, what we have is Emma being, look, I'm disappointed in the way you went about this. And this was something we could have worked through, but you need to figure your shit out.
Mhm.
So she handed him the ring back and said, this is off until you figure things out. Right? She's not saying, we're done.
Jake.
Jake's running away. She's not saying we're done. She's not saying, that I don't love you anymore. She's not saying that we're, like, it's over forever. She's saying you
No.
need to figure out what you need to figure out. So that leads Hook to decide, oh, maybe I should go on this journey of discovery. And he talks to Nemo and the Nautilus. And, I'm going, at this point, I'm like, I don't want Hook to leave, but this actually might be a really good thing for him. That's what I'm thinking. Until we had that conversation with Hook and Snow. Hook, just crack out because Jake is just gone. He's
I'm
just gone.
fine. I'm fine.
He's still there. He's just laying down for a bit. He's
I
just
need-
recollecting his.
I need. It's just,
Yeah. No, so at this point, I'm like, you know what? This actually, a short, I'm not saying go away for a season or anything, Hook, but, a short trip or something like that might be really good for him. I'm sitting there going, yeah, I actually fully believe this is probably the best thing for Hook. And then, Snow comes and they have their talk, and it melts Hook's heart, and Hook is just like, okay, I'm gonna fix this. I don't need the time. I was wrong. I know what's going on. He goes to say goodbye to Nemo, and which as soon as he got on that ship, I was like, I didn't expect Gideon, but as soon as he got on the ship, I go, Nemo's gonna leave with him. Like that's what I was thinking.
No, that's Nemo. That's not Nemo's thing.
No, I know, but I was still, for whatever reason, that's what I was thinking.
I think it was you, Dom, that mentioned that Snow has not changed since she was a little girl. She just doesn't know how to keep her mouth shut in a way.
Yeah, I was talking
Because-
to Nikki about this.
Because,
literally never kept one secret. Even
yeah,
after
like,
the big one. Every
uh-huh.
other single secret that everyone else has told her, she has blurted out.
Because clearly,
Neil's alive. Don't tell Emma. Neil's alive.
Exactly. I mean, she just takes really sensitive moments and does, and like, there's sensitive secrets. Like, Emma clearly said, I don't really want to, go crazy about it. Yeah, she's talking to Hook, but I mean, he's hurting inside about this because Snow doesn't know that the ring is back in his pocket.
Right.
And Snow is just taking the salt and just shoving it into that wound that happens to be his broken heart.
Yeah.
And just rubbing it.
So
Exactly what she did with Regina and everything like that.
I mean, for once, and I can honestly say for once, this whole story, this whole plotline that's panned out, with the exception of Gideon's involvement, I think was handled beautifully on both of their parts. I understand why both characters felt that they had to take their course of actions. I feel why both characters decided to change their minds for various reasons. Like, it just felt loud and clear to me, and I think it was done absolutely brilliantly.
Even with, like, the Evil Queen, Regina, and Robin, that whole aspect of this episode as well, I think this was the most real episode that I've ever seen once do.
Yeah, I could say that.
With the exception of Gideon, I'm not including that little shithead right now. The whole plot with Emma and Hook and the engagement, and then Regina and Queen's battle, and yeah.
Well, because
Regina and Regina.
the whole thing with
Ginas.
Gideon too, but it reinforces that Hook was still going, even in a time of great not tragedy but sadness and deceit and all this stuff. Hook was still going to do the right thing. That's what makes this whole story arc so tragic, and actually it's going to end up working out, I think, better for them in the long run, because by the time Hook gets back, like, Emma obviously feels abandoned at this point, that she feels Hook ran off and it was his choice, and this, and then she's going to talk to Snow, and Snow's going to be like, I just talked to him, and then he said he was taking things off the Jolly Roger, and then now he's gone and the Nautilus is gone. They're going to put 2 and 2 together, and they're going to get 6, not 4. They're going to get 6 because they're going to think Hook left when that's not what happened. So when Hook finally comes back, I think it's going to make them stronger, because Emma's going to be like, he came back to me. Sure, there's going to be a little resistance somewhere there, but I think it's going to make them stronger in the end.
I don't think she's gonna go completely oblivious. Like, she's not. She's gonna find out what happened to. Yeah, she's gonna find out what happened.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I think
Everything's
Gideon
fine.
is gonna. I think Gideon's gonna rub it in her face that he sent Hook. That it was his doing, because that's what Gideon wants to do. He wants to destroy Emma. He wants to tear her down.
But I think if Gideon doesn't say he had anything to do with that, that's going to destroy Emma even more, that Hook left on his own accord. I think Emma's going to feel really bad, miserable. I think it's going to work in Gideon's favor to not fess up.
Yeah, but then he'll do the evil person thing and monologue. And
he's gonna monologue. He's gonna piss her off. She's gonna lose her shit, and then that's the point where he's gonna have the upper hand.
Or he's gonna like be on top of her, about ready to kill her, and be like, "Ha ha ha! I sent Hook off.
Yeah,
He didn't
exactly.
leave you. I made him leave." And then she's gonna get pissed and table turn.
Yep.
So
the table.
So I'm Jake. I'd like to hear from you. What is your opinion on this? I mean, we saw you crying in the corner. I mean,
oh no,
the lack of seeing you.
Yeah. Oh, look at that! My heart. It's on the floor, and it's a mess. I gotta go get the mop. It's messy. Okay. No, what you said. This was handled very well. This was Hook and Emma have always been, I mean, it's a relationship. They're gonna have problems, but they've always almost always have handled their problems like adults, like two adults who are in a relationship. They talk, Talking is good, you
Wait,
guys.
no.
I don't know if you guys know this, but talking works in a relationship. And
You don't say.
I've always loved the way the relationship was handled, despite the fact that Hook has died, 3 or 4 times. And
And he's only like 200 plus years older than her. Don't worry about it.
I think Hook did change. Well, Hook changes after every time he dies. And back in season 4, with Ursula's backstory episode that was tied to Hook, season 4 was all about happy endings. And Hook, after stealing Ursula's happy ending and then returning it, he talked to Emma and said, I wanted to give Ursula back her happy ending because I am not the same person that I was back then when I stole it. And I'm afraid that if I go back to being that person, I will lose my happy ending. And that happy ending is Emma, because he said so. And he has lost his happy ending on more than one occasion. And he's died on more than one occasion. That's how he lost it. After being in the underworld and seeing, experiencing life after death, and literally coming face to face with Zeus, motherfucking Zeus, Hook has been humbled. And I think that would humble anybody.
Yeah.
If they were already a god.
Zeus
So I
was
think
very impressive.
And yeah, Zeus wasn't. He was like really? That's you? But still he's kind of impressive because of who he is. But like his physique was kind of twinkish. But
yeah, he was impressive by name only.
But Hook came back, from the dead, which no one really does. Well, Rumple did, but like Rumple cheated. So when he came back and he finally reunited with Emma again, I think that's when he realized, okay, I got to stop dying and just
pretty solid.
Take the opportunities when they come. So I think while I didn't like the proposal that we did get, it was still a proposal, and I think that was Hook's mentality. Okay, this isn't how I wanted it to go down, but it's happening, and I need to take it before I die again.
And I totally, even the fact, like I said last week, and yeah, it was Emma being stupid and everything with the proposal, but it's not the one that Hook wanted. And I think what the best part about this is Emma giving the ring back to Hook means that Hook is going to get a chance to propose the way he wanted to. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the most important part that you have to take away from this. So we're going to get an actual proposal this time.
And yes, Hook, where was your brother? Where was little baby Liam who was on Captain Nemo's
Nemo
crew?
mentioned him. He's somewhere.
Yeah,
he's on the ship somewhere.
Where?
He's in the engine room.
Well, now we'll
sure
probably
see him.
See him. I was gonna say we'll see him.
We'll see Liam. Can we see Liam? The other Liam, not the older Liam. I really don't give a shit about.
Not the jackass Liam.
Didn't that Liam die?
He did die.
Yes, because Hook killed him.
Yeah, he was in the underworld.
Yeah.
Remember the whole ship and it sailed and peace and yeah.
But Liam 2.0 didn't know 2.0. that he didn't know Liam 1.0.
You have 2 brothers with the same name.
Well, because their dad was a jackass.
Yeah. And well, the second Liam didn't know his dad like Hook did.
Well, actually, he
it was
did.
Like he did, but he was better to Liam 2.0 than he was to Hook and the first Liam.
Yeah,
a lot better.
They
hello,
their dad, but like
his dad sold them.
Yeah. So the whole journey that Hook is gonna have to deal with Nemo and everything, it's gonna be a little more than finding their way back to Storybook.
Where are they going?
Because we don't know what Gideon's done with the controls and all that. We don't know where they're going. Because if Nemo was in charge of the ship, as soon as it took off, Nemo would be like, okay, well, we're going to just sail right back and drop you off. But there's clearly something else that's going to go on with that. So
I love the guy who plays Nemo. I absolutely love his.
He's
amazing.
Great. Yeah, he's great.
He's
probably the realest character on this show. Let's just face it.
He's the most like, down to earth.
Yeah.
He's like your barber and your bartender all rolled into one. You know?
He makes more sense than Dr. Hopper. You know?
Right?
To be fair, Dr. Hopper spent a lot of his time as a frickin' cricket.
And
Whereas
you were better off that way.
and
Well-
Nemo's been a human the whole time. So
Yeah, and he's traveled the world. He's seen things. He knows you can't run away from your past. You can't, run away from things. But while
He's
you're
literally tried
on-
to. And
And
Yeah.
and
I mean, while
speaking
you're on the run, you can learn though.
speaking of pasts, we get to learn this secret that supposedly shaped Regina that was even bigger than Snow. It kind of was, but I was still. That doesn't mean I wasn't disappointed by it.
I feel like we knew this already.
yeah,
Kind of. Yeah.
Like this flashback
We
was
knew this-
boring
we-
to me.
you know what it was, because we knew she disliked herself because she fucking took the evil out of her and threw it away. Tried to.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Well,
that right
well,
there
we- well, we
says she
knew-
doesn't like herself.
We knew she disliked these parts of her, but to find out though that she hated herself more than she hated Snow was kind of new information. That's the big part. That's
I had
the
a
big
feeling
part
it was going to go that way, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty sad when you hate yourself.
I mean,
more.
I liked this reveal, but like it wasn't mind blowing.
No, yeah, that's right. It
Well, the
wasn't.
only good thing that came out of this flashback for me was my baby boo, Summer, the yellow RPM Ranger, who she's also Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell
Wait,
was
she was a Power Ranger?
Yeah, that actress was a Power Ranger.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She was a Power Ranger, and
She's always been a fairy or a zombie to me.
now she's a Power Ranger.
Now she's a Power Ranger.
Now she's a Power Ranger.
Wait, she's in the new movie?
No, she's not in the movie. She was in one of the seasons,
Oh, okay.
one of the newer
Okay.
seasons, and she is awesome in that. Go watch Power Rangers RPM, y'all. It's if you want dark Power Rangers, don't go watch the movie. It's honestly not that dark. Watch Power Rangers RPM. Off that, Tinkerbell, I love you, and it's good to see you back. And and you're very dark. You're very dark this episode.
Yeah,
Tinkerbell's been through some shit after.
yeah. Regina was
first
trying to
visit
get
with
into this.
Regina.
It doesn't matter how I got here. We're talking about you.
See, I had a huge issue because I haven't seen her as Tink for a really long time.
Season 3.
Yes.
I think she had one
barring
appearance since 3.
flashbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, barring flashbacks. I've seen her in iZombie, and because of the way they do her makeup, her face doesn't look as slim when she's Liv Moore versus Tinkerbell. So to me, she didn't look like the same person. I was like,
She has a different accent.
there's
Well-
and and I'm looking at her. I'm like, I know you're the same person, but my brain is glitching out. I'm seriously freaking out here.
The wonders of makeup and contour.
Exactly. And
The
I was
makeup
like,
makes a huge difference. You'd be really surprised. But yeah, I kind of I felt the same way a little bit, but like it's still identifiable to me. But yeah, definitely in her cheekbone, like
and
her jaw
and her
area.
jaws.
Yeah, you could see.
Well,
a
keep
huge
in
difference with
mind that she just lost her wings. She's not living with the fairies anymore. She's living on her own
Get that.
in Neverland. Neverland of all places. It's not the place where you want to live. So she's probably like scrounging for food at this point. And Peter probably doesn't feed her because he's Peter.
Well,
If
I'd
she's
like to
even
know how
there.
she lost her wings.
Because she's in the Enchanted Forest. She's not in Neverland, so
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to assume that fairies can
traverse
fly
realms.
to
Yeah,
wherever they want, but
yeah,
I was gonna say, yeah, that's a big upgrade.
yeah. That is a big upgrade. Yeah. I totally lost my train of thought now.
let's talk about Power Rangers.
No, let's not. No, but with having Tinkerbell, like she never died in present day, like, right? Do we know her fate? Because
She's never.
did she
Last time
escape
we saw
Neverland?
her. Last time we saw her present day, she was in Storybrooke.
Yeah, she was in
And
Storybrooke.
They just came back from the Enchanted Forest after it was taken over by Zelina, and they brought Robin to Storybrooke. And then we got the flashback of Regina meeting Robin. And then the last time we saw Tinkerbell was Tinkerbell approaching Regina saying, "Hey, that's the dude, by the way. If you didn't know, that's the dude."
Well, wasn't she was in the church or something like that with Blue, and they were talking about the candle.
I think that was that before that? No, that was before. Was it?
I think it might have been in the same episode.
It's all one big thing.
Yeah, it's all blurry.
Well, no, that was in the Oz arc, so that was after Neverland. So we've seen her beyond the Neverland arc, but
As
we've
far
never
as we
seen
know,
her.
she's in Storybrooke. As far as we know.
Yeah, probably with the fairies. I'm going to assume.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so hard with a huge cast like this and like intertwining everything to keep track of all the minor characters and it's really really difficult. But I do appreciate when they're able to get the actors to come back.
Yeah, and again, talking about a possible cast change if the show ever gets to that, and there are a bunch of characters that you can pull who we haven't seen in a while that can carry a season, or even the rest of the show.
Cinderella, Aurora.
Cinderella. I mean,
Aurora.
Mulan. Where the fuck are you? I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No, there's definitely with that.
Imagine that an all-girls cast for Once Upon a Time. Okay, we got Cinderella, Aurora, Tinkerbell, Mulan, Ruby, and Dorothy.
Yeah.
I don't see Tinkerbell coming back and having a reoccurring role. Not with iZombie being so well. A lot of people really like it, so.
Yeah. Yeah. It all depends on the status of iZombie at the time that the supposed cast change could or would happen, but that's all hypothetical at this point. We don't know anything about that. And what I really liked about the flashbacks, I think the thing I liked the most was the Cupid storyline, like with the arrow and the statue and Regina using the spell to convert it, from because hate and love are such a fine line, and they really are. You get down to it.
That is something I
sometimes.
do. That is something I do want to talk about actually about this show.
Yeah.
About love and hate. There is such a thing as true love. But love and hate can, there is a fine line, and people have crossed it so many times. I think while there is true love, there is also true hate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think Rumple and Hook had true hate.
Yeah.
And Regina and Snow, at least Regina thought she had true hate, and I think she did.
And Dom's looking at me because I truly hate Emma.
Oh, well, you pointed up at me. You're like,
Yeah,
I
you
know,
were
and then you
pointing
pointed at
at
me,
him.
and I go, wait, what do you hate me for?
This is me going one moment, as in I have something to say, not pointing at you.
Oh.
But it's
All
okay.
I have to say about you thinking that she hates you, I'll have to say snipper clips.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those things are back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The shears.
I was really pissed off. I'm like, who the fuck buries something like that in like maybe a foot of? No, you don't. You burn it.
Okay,
And that's the heat of 1,000 suns.
When you're dealing with this, apparently there's no good place to put anything, because if you bury it in the ground, Nikki gets mad. If you lock it away in a safe, Nikki gets mad. Like, where can you put things that Nikki's not gonna get mad?
There is a vault. There's this thing called a vault. It's underground. You put it in there, rests with all the other hearts that are beating on the wall.
But it wouldn't matter because
but it's the evil queen hiding the shears. If she puts it in that vault, Regina has access to it.
Yeah, and vice versa, because it's blood magic.
And it's probably she can go through it.
Things
So,
like
I mean,
the shears that can shape your destiny, that can cut your fate, and all this bullshit. You destroy it.
When
You get rid of it completely.
The evil queen didn't want to destroy it. Her entire plan was to cut her fate. Why would she destroy something that she intends on using?
I don't even know if she can destroy it.
I was under the assumption that it was one of the retards in town that actually got it from the evil queen and buried it there.
No,
and
she
just
hid it
happened
there.
to know where. Okay, well
She
then.
did it there.
Well, then the rest of the town is stupid for not finding them in the
Well,
first place.
she was
Do you
saving
know how
it,
much
but then she
dirt
got turned
is in
into
that
a
town?
snake.
To hide a pair of
You know
shears?
how much? You know how magic some of those people have? They can just go and find them.
There's actually a small percentage of people in that town who actually can use magic. Now that I think about it,
Like, well, I mean,
Do you know how
Regina.
stupid Robin was for digging it up when she could just use her magic?
do you know how stupid Robin was? That should be
Robin
just
was
a regular
looking
for a
hashtag
little-
going around.
Robin was looking for a little extra because even when he was tied up to the chair, he wanted the kinky stuff.
This is just.
So he was doing the extra work so that
Alex,
he could.
Sorry to interrupt. Alex says, just hide it in Nikki's room.
Yeah, no bitches are coming in and get that shit if it's in my room.
She's like, I wouldn't be able to find it.
Oh no, actually, you know what? That's probably really true.
Danielle
I don't know.
says for
It's
once.
we're probably in here. I don't know.
So, Danielle, you said for once we didn't have Rumple and Belle for the first time in this season. I'm guessing not necessarily a bad thing.
It was fine.
And-
I was fine. Fine.
no, but I didn't. But I just noticed that now when you mentioned it. Yeah,
Well,
they weren't in this
I
episode.
did miss them.
I didn't miss or notice that Belle was missing, but I definitely, as soon as the episode was over, I go, there's no Rumple.
Well, I don't give a fuck.
And
But
to be fair, though, it was a nice change that they focused on a storyline that wasn't Rumple, Belle, and Gideon, but then
Well,
they still had to throw Gideon in at
they
the
threw
end. But I
Gideon
mean,
in,
it still like the beef of the episode was had nothing to do with those two.
Yeah, 100% agree. Like they could have tried to shoehorn Rumple into the flashback. They could have, but
They could have.
But knowing that Rumple's connected to literally everything that goes on in this show,
don't
it would
need
have
a
been
reminder.
very, very easy to do that. And I think
it's
maybe
getting a bit
even
old hat.
if the actress who plays Tinkerbell was not available, they may have gone that route.
Blah.
And
That's
just
true.
replaced Tink with Rumple. That appearance feels like it could have been interchangeable there.
It could. Well, it could. I guess you could have done that, but I don't think it would have worked as well because Tinkerbell was, a big part of Regina in that part of her
100%.
life.
100%.
I mean, obviously Rumple was too, but Rumple didn't have anything to do with Robin.
No, you're right, and like that's what made it better. I think that they had Tinkerbell, and I'm not saying they should have put Rumple in. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying, if worst case scenario, they still could have told this story with Rumple, and kind of made it work. And I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah.
As much as I love Rumple, and you guys all know that, that's not a secret. I feel like this episode was really good without him.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, well, this episode just bumps up on my ranking just because, Summer was in it, aka Tinkerbell. But I would have had, I'm enjoying Belle more now that, the right people are writing her again.
You don't know that the writers changed at all for her.
I swear to God, there is a group of writers who write Belle, and the reason why we hate Belle is because of those writers.
It's interns, remember?
It's the interns. The one everyone left for coffee. I keep saying this. They all leave for coffee, and then the interns write for Belle, and you're not good at it. Okay, dudes, just stop.
I think
stop. You're ruining Belle.
I think Belle's been written just fine this entire time. I think it's being overshadowed by what is going on with Rumple and the direct responses to Rumple's actions, which we've already deemed are not right, but they're justifiable, but that doesn't make them right. So I think it's more of that than anything.
I like how Belle isn't just
now that they're working in tandem, like there's no opposition,
and
there's no
not a couple.
resistance and no force. Like you can just sit back and enjoy it now instead of hating it.
And also Belle just doesn't run into Rumple's arms every 2 seconds, so that's good.
Yep. So yeah, getting that and tying the whole thing back to Robin and really kind of concluding the Evil Queen story and Robin's Wish Robin's story here. Like I don't mean giving them their happy ending. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is just concluding it within our show to get rid of these doppelgangers. I think was a good, satisfying way to get rid of them.
I disagree.
I liked it.
I didn't actually. I mean, it's good for them. Good for those two fake versions of characters we know. I didn't like how this was handled with the Evil Queen and Regina. Other Robin, I don't give a shit about. I was, most people know this. I don't care about real Robin. I don't really care about this Robin. I never cared about any version of Robin we've ever had. So whatever you do with him, I don't give a fuck. But I love Regina, and I love the Evil Queen. And I have been saying this since the start of this season. Regina should have never split herself in the first place.
Agreed.
And the only solution that I have been, spitting out this entire time was just have the two merge back into one. Because Regina needs to accept the fact. Yeah, she needs to accept the fact that the Evil Queen, I'm not the Evil Queen anymore, but she is a part of me. She's a part of my life. She's a big part of my life. I have to deal with that shit. And we had this, this thing like the the hearts.
Mhm.
So Evil Queen has the black heart, and then Regina has, the red heart, and then she gives the love to the Evil Queen. So
And take some of her hatred.
they didn't. But here's the thing: they didn't mention anything about taking the hatred.
No,
They
they
did.
They did.
They did.
I know, but like they didn't really emphasize it the way I would like it. Like they didn't really explain that. Yes, like Regina has the Evil Queen back in her. She doesn't really. At least they didn't show it. And now they're basically the same character.
Mm-hmm.
So we have two of the same characters, and one is off in another land. So like that's a good way of getting rid of her. Just send her off somewhere else, and she could be happy. But it wasn't satisfying to me because you just have another Regina.
So
she's not different in any way.
Correct.
She's just another Regina.
Correct. So with that, I think it was more the realization that Regina has always had the darkness inside of her, and she was able to change. Now she has the light. Now she's learned that twice now because 2 separate copies for her.
What's that?
The thing is, she's not done.
Okay.
I don't feel like this is over with the Wish Realm. I still think Wish Rumple is going to get involved, and that might even be where it leaves us with the finale. Is Wish Rumple coming in to interfere? I don't think this Wish World is over.
I don't think
I
so,
mean,
but I think Evil Queen is done. Maybe for now. I don't know. Maybe forever. We don't know. But
as Snow said, what's to stop her from coming back down the line, and messing things up?
well,
Even
it's
Zelena
because
said something like that.
Yeah, or
I
maybe
know,
it was
but
Zelena
this
that
is
said it.
because the Evil Queen took the chance that Regina didn't take with Robin the first time, and I think there were so many opportunities in Regina's past to not become the Evil Queen, and that was one of them. That was like one of the biggest ones. So I think because this Evil Queen, I guess now she's Regina, she's just Regina number 2. Regina number 2 took that path. I don't think she can go down that road again. Maybe she can.
So
Like,
something tragic happens where Wish Robin gets killed. Yeah, she can. There's ways for her to get back down that path. I don't think the Wish World's over. Just because of different things that were set up with the Wish Rumple, I don't believe are done. And I think that's a way for us to get Evil Rumple back and keep this Rumple in a place where people may not hate him as much as they do. So
I mean,
I don't know. I feel like that's the direction they're going to go. Whether or not it's going to be setting up the next season story, or if it's going to be something that spills over into the back half of this half of the season.
Well,
I
who the
still
fuck
feel
knows
like it's
where
going to
they're
show
going
up.
to go? I don't know where they can go after this point, but
The disappointing thing I think here is something that Daniela said up in the front, that she's kind of upset that one version. I mean, she's happy that one version of Outlaw Queen had its happy ending, but she's still heartbroken and pissed off that the original Outlaw Queen didn't get their second chance at true love and a happy ending. And I get that, but at the same point, our Regina can't get that without getting the original Robin back. So this is as close as we're gonna get without pulling some resurrection
Unfortunately, yeah.
shenanigans.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it may not be the best way to go about it, but at least some version of her has it. You know what I mean?
If you're familiar with Doctor Who, then you understand.
Yeah.
yeah, and
The
that
10th
show
Doctor.
that show
In order-
pisses me off too.
No.
you don't need to be in a relationship to have a happy ending. I
Hmm.
mean, she has Henry, and that made her a happy Like,
I mean, look at Henry himself. Henry has a happy ending right now. He has 3 moms.
until Emma dies, and then
It's just like it's like I get the 2 moms thing, that makes complete sense to me. But having 3 moms now, just I don't know why, but it broke me.
Having-
I was just laughing hysterically.
Well, you
at the
should have
fact
had
that he
one.
3.
You should have had just one of your two moms because just now things are all complicated now.
Yeah, they were all in the same room at once, and it was like I have my mom, my real mom, my adopted mom, and my adopted mom's twin doppelganger, some sort of other, and my really fucking weird auntie sitting in the same room as me.
I don't know. I don't know. Does she count? Does she count as another mom? Because it's not.
He called her mom.
It's the
Call
same,
her mom.
but it's the same person as Regina. So I don't really know. See, this
is, but it isn't.
problems.
You know what? Henry has no. He has no problem accepting the fact that that is a third
Because
mom.
his family is fucked up.
Well,
He has no other reason to accept it
like,
other than
this
knowing
happens
that
on a regular
everything is-
basis. So
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
yeah, I just get
It's
moms all the
also-
time. It's
Alex
fine.
says-
Next week, I'll have
Alex says,
another
and
mom.
Violet. Was Violet in the room at the time of like this weird
No,
family gathering?
no.
we
No,
don't
no,
know.
no,
no, no, I didn't see her,
Violet is.
Was Snow in the room too?
Yes.
His grandma that is younger than his mom?
Can I just say, what the hell was up with Zelina when she found out that Emma was pregnant? I thought she was gonna rip her arm off looking at that ring.
Pregnant.
Wait, you mean engaged?
Engaged.
Not
Or
pregnant.
Did something
yeah.
happen? Something happened. What happened?
Oof.
I think
Did I
I
miss
think
something?
somebody knows something
Did I miss
that
a certain
we don't
scene?
know.
I know.
Yes.
I meant ring. I meant engagement. Yeah.
Guys,
Oh,
Dom knows things. He's been to the future. He knows that Emma eventually gets pregnant with Hook's baby. This is what he's telling us.
I just love the
Jacob's just gone.
I have things I need to work out right now.
No, but did you guys notice how Zelina practically ripped Emma's arm off looking at that ring?
The baby carriage.
Yeah.
I honestly thought her arm was gonna come out of its socket. Like,
She grabbed her hand like Donald Trump.
He violated her. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yep, I went there.
Yeah, you know.
But anyways, yeah, she was.
Lola does not like that.
That's what it was.
Yep.
No, and Regina was happy and surprised at some time, which is like awesome. She's like that best girlfriend. She's just like, oh.
She was so. I mean,
everyone was shocked because it was like so. No one was expecting it because Emma had to go snoopy. Because, yeah, and if Hook would have probably planned it, probably everyone would have been there to help plan it, yeah.
Would have been on the Jolly Roger. They would add a little dinner, just a little dinner, but they didn't know what it was for. But like, everyone would have known what it was for. But then Emma wouldn't have known, and then Snow would have, Snow being Snow, would have said something.
Yeah.
Even if he did plan it out,
no one planned a wedding so bad.
Had Hook had his way of how he wanted to propose, Snow would have found out, and she would have fucking told Emma, and then the whole thing would have been ruined again. So fuck you, Snow. You should.
I don't know.
Go to bed. Go to bed.
Snow wants to do this wedding so bad right now.
No, but I won't. I will not allow it. I don't want Snow to do the wedding. No.
No,
fuck you,
Snow,
No.
stop it. I had a real I haven't really noticed it until this episode. Snow's haircut really friggin' annoys me.
She looks rather mannish.
Grow
actually.
your hair out even just a little bit, please.
It looks like it's a new cut, so it might have been recently cut because it's shorter than it has been.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe Henry cut it while
well,
she
she
was
did.
sleeping
She
or
did
something.
dye her hair. She did dye her hair, so she was probably waiting for the roots to grow out and then cut it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, with the title of this episode, right? We had this thing, page 23. It was like it seemed like it was going to be a big deal, and I think it was let down a lot with the title and how it correlated to the episode, because just like the Evil Queen handing this page, I felt like it was like a big secret, but the page really had nothing to do with the whole flashback and hating herself and all that. And then like I actually feel kind of a little let down with the tying of the author to this as well. Like just Henry taking the pen and Evil Queen taking the pen from Henry, and like writing this ending, and the way Robin just like disappeared and went to the Wish World because the Evil Queen did it, and then we don't get like the actual method in which, you know, how to wake Charming and Snow from their weird sleep thing. They have a hint and they know where to start. Or Regina has a hint and knows where to start looking, but doesn't have the exact method.
She knows how to. It's just going to be difficult.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just that whole like that little grouping, that cluster right there, felt like the disconnect from this episode for me. Just none of that whole thing that I just lumped there does not feel satisfying from this episode.
Well, here's the thing about that. The title. I think this is a reference to the actual page that Regina found in
that picture.
That picture of
that page
her
she
and
actually
Robin.
has is a page 23.
Yeah, which is and the previous author wrote that, and I'm assuming drew that picture because that was going to be the original ending to the book, but he decided to take it into a different direction. So I think now this page has finally, you know, played itself out with Regina 2.0 and Robin 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel
really
it was overshadowed though. Like I don't feel like the meaning came across very well. If
it didn't,
I thought it did, but I mean, that's just me because I look into. When she said that this page was a possible happy ending, this was one of the possible ones. Like, you know, fork in the road. Which one do you take? You know, and she didn't take this road.
Yeah.
She took the other one. So it was just like what could have been, and then now you're looking at your life. But she's like she said, she wouldn't change it because of what she has now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. She doesn't need Robin or anybody else other than what she's got already. She's got her happy ending.
Yeah, I think she finally realized it. That kind of was like
she has family. She has people who loves her. Facing
herself. Basically, that's what this was about. She was facing herself, facing everything she hated about herself.
Even with Henry, just like what he wrote down in the page when he wrote, "The Evil Queen went to the place she could get a fresh start." That could literally be anywhere. Like, why did it have to be the Wish World? You know?
Because that's where her fresh, like, it was kind of we mentioned it, and Daniela even mentioned it in chat that, you know, Regina was, you know, kind of flirtatious with Robin, and Robin obviously wanted a little more from the Evil Queen. I meant Evil Queen with whatever.
But I feel like this is not the place for her to get a fresh start. It may be, maybe with Robin, but don't forget the rest of the kingdom still really hates the Evil Queen.
But where he is not where they are. They're not in the Channel Forest because he goes, where I come from, I have a lot of land.
What's funny is, though, like, you know, we saw with Regina when she went back to get Emma, they recognized her right away. But, like, in the scene that before she walks in, she's in full Evil Queen attire, and people are just walking by her. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, so they're in a different land. They're in a different.
But that's
they're not
the exact same bar.
Yeah, but Tink didn't take because they weren't in the Enchanted Forest when Tink took her the first time. Anyways, it was in a different land.
I still feel like it's the Enchanted Forest, but it's just away from the area that Regina ruled. I don't think it's a different like realm or anything like that. I think it's just like, you know, like the U.S. to Mexico. You know, like it's far away.
I think it's in. I'm going to assume that because Robin is in here, it's Sherwood, but where Sherwood is exactly, I'm assuming it's in the Enchanted Forest because, you know, we didn't have to cross any portals, but in some cases you don't have to cross a portal to go across realms. I don't know how this shit works. They make it up as they go.
You could cross a crevasse or a river or something and, oh, look, you're somewhere new.
But I'm guessing Sherwood is a separate kingdom.
Because we've seen Robin and Nottingham in the Enchanted Forest, in Rumpel's palace, you know, like they're there without crossing realms. So I feel like
it just might be a different
area.
Kingdom.
Can I refer to the map?
Yeah, that's probably a better explanation. Kingdom as opposed to a realm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where is my map? I forgot.
But still, having people in this wish world, right? That because that's further reinforcement because it's a wish world. It's not creating multiple wish realms. You know, so there's not additional wish realms within this wish world.
But they might not know, because she never really cared about anything else besides anything outside.
Right.
Of
No, I
her
get
own
that.
little
But I'm
kingdom,
saying,
so.
but anybody that happens to travel into that land that knows Regina, that's not giving her the place to get a fresh start. Having a past is not having a place where people could still run into you to have a bad experience is not a
Well,
fresh
I
start.
mean, if
Also-
Robin has land like he says he does, I don't think it'll matter. Because
What land could
Now,
he possibly
wait,
have?
well,
in
he
the
is
Wish
Robin
world,
of Locksley.
in the Wish world, they only banished their version of the Evil Queen, right?
Correct.
She's
Yeah.
not dead.
They banished her
No.
and banished her in a way that she could never return.
Whatever that means.
Never returned to the Chan Forest.
Correct.
Yeah, but what about
She's
the
not
realm
dead.
surrounding the
Yeah.
Enchanted Forest? Maybe. You're right. I don't like her being there. I don't.
I don't feel it's satisfying. I don't feel it's in line with what Henry wrote. The place where she can get her fresh start. I don't feel that it's that place. When she first went back and she walked in there with Robin, I honestly thought it was like it was another alternate Storybrooke.
It could
We don't
be.
need
It's
more.
not. It's not because of the way that Robin remembered her from the things that he mentioned. But it felt like another alternate. It felt like an alternate world with, like in the past, like Regina met at that exact point when Tink pointed and she walked through the door. That's what I was hoping that they were going for, and that it just existed. That was it. That would have ended the story. Never see her again. Whatever. Period. End of the her
But
story.
then again, they Robin might have been dropped back at that point too.
Maybe, but I doubt it because
That must be
You don't-
confusing.
he wasn't
for
part of what
both
Henry
them.
wrote. So
Well,
that's
we don't
really
know.
yeah.
It's just one of those things. It's
Yeah.
gonna have to be.
Yeah,
So I'm
I'm
not
just
gonna
saying
explain it, so.
I'm not satisfied with it. Is my point.
I am. I'm fine with it.
I'm not satisfied for different reasons. I really just don't give a fuck where they are.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just, and all in all, I think it was a good precursor to what's gonna happen. And
It was an
Things-
okay episode up until fucking Gideon, and then I was like,
honestly, I
"Get the
think
hell out of here!"
this is one of the best and probably the one with the least amount of like crazy drama conflict. That is the unnecessary drama conflict. I should
yeah,
say.
it didn't leave you like going, "Oh my god, now I have more questions than answers." There was a lot of stuff resolved, and a lot of stuff that can be resolved without very much,
Yeah, it's not
figure
even
out
just
how-
that. I just mean like characters' actions. I think everything was written really well this episode. I understood where everybody was coming from, where like what everybody was feeling. I think this episode, it may even be of the entire series the most well done in that regard.
Well,
I liked it. I thought it was a good precursor because we are coming up fairly close to the end of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, they're going to start setting things up, and they are setting things up, especially with Emma, making basically Hook disappear.
Looks like
and-
the last two episodes of the season are a double feature.
Yeah, just like we've had the last couple.
That's cool.
So you guys have anything else for this episode?
I don't know.
I'm getting tired of Gideon. I'm sick of
He-
looking at his face.
I kind of
Really,
the
I
same thing.
am.
I was like, I want to make his nose more crooked with my fist.
And he hasn't done much of anything, but I just don't. It's like,
I think he forgot that he was supposed to be in this episode, and then at the end he's like, "Hey guys, I'm still here. Yeah, I'm trying to be
Yeah.
relevant."
I don't know.
Okay.
He's the big bad right now, right?
No,
So
He's-
he's not.
he's
He
a
is not.
attention-starved little kid.
He
he's
is-
still,
he
in
is
his
the
mindset,
current-
he's still a kid.
he is the current big bad. He's trying to
No,
kill
he is
Emma.
not.
That's
No,
that's
he is
the
not.
bad. Until
No, he is not.
He is
He's not the
until
big
we
bad.
get the
No,
black
he is
fairy.
he is a nuisance right now.
Until we
big
get the
bad
black
is-
fairy, who we still
the
do
big-
not have. He is our
the
current
black fairy
big bad.
is the big bad. No, she's more intimidating.
I said current,
being
not
away.
overall.
No.
current.
No, she is still the current big bad because she has more of a presence than he does. 'cause
She's
he's
the
fucking
one
lame.
who manipulated him and my brain fucking washed him in the first place. So yeah, she's the overall arcing big bad.
Overarching,
Whereas
but she's not the
which
current.
where
He is not the current. He is.
he's just like
He's a little. He's a little. Just a little obstacle. Just a little one on the corner. And you don't want to bother with him, but he's there. It's like, okay,
He's
yeah, I
the
see
cloaked
you.
figure that's been haunting Emma this entire season. He's the current
I
big
start
bad.
to doubt. I start to doubt he even is the cloaked figure.
I don't know. He's mentally still a child because he never got to grow up, and he's just thinking. He's thinking like a child right now.
he is that
I want
one.
this didn't happen. I didn't get the toys.
I'm not
He's
in
that-
disagreement that he's a whiny little brat, but he's the villain. He's the bad right now. He's the bad. There's no way
Belle needs
around
to
it.
take him over her knee and just spank the ever living shit out of him.
Yeah. Well, why haven't
He-
they done that now? I don't know.
He is that gnat that bugs you in the summer. You're hot, you're aggravated, you're sweaty, but that gnat, he just keeps coming back. You can't fucking get him though. And then he just keeps hitting the window and you know he's there. And then he comes back, he flies in your face, and you're like, you get the fly swatter and you're looking around, and he's gone. But then you put the fly swatter down and he comes back.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Get an electric fly swatter.
Oh, the ones that look like a tennis racket.
Yeah, and then they zap them.
Yeah, the
Don't
big ass thing.
ever touch it to yourself because
No.
those things put out more than you think.
So what we're saying is that Emma should get an electric fly swatter.
Yes.
To
Yeah.
slap Gideon in the face with?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's all we need.
How
Or
about
just slap him in the face.
every single one of them get electric fly swatter. Just start
No.
hitting them with it.
What happens is, like you said, Belle needs to just
So
put him over his lap and go to whack him, and then Emma just comes in with that fly swatter and goes whack.
Gideon's like 1/4 fairy?
He's a
I don't know how this shit works. It's okay. Rumple is half fairy, so half of that. So I guess half that would be a quarter. So but I don't know.
And then there's that debate: was he conceived before or after Rumple became the Dark One again?
But is Dark One a species?
It's a magical creature. I don't know what that would do to him. If he
how
was,
would Gideon have powers if he wasn't conceived? Like,
Well,
I mean, you can work
half
at it,
fairy.
yeah.
Half fairy. I mean,
Yeah.
Well,
the
he-
same way Emma
he
has
had a
powers
quarter
and
of
Snow
it.
and Charming don't. So
I mean, even yeah, I don't know how this shit works.
people are
but-
just
Exactly.
just like people are musically inclined.
I'm
He's
done.
just
What-
magically inclined.
Anyway.
Every
I am
family.
done
I'm
with
going
this
to
episode. Read the
assume-
synopsis. Read the synopsis. I want to know what's happening next week. I'm done with
What's
this
going
week.
after Jake once
Okay.
Jacob assumes.
Okay, assume something.
Oh, I forgot what I was assuming. Well, I assume a
Uh-huh.
lot of things on this show. That's all
Okay.
you can do because I don't know what this show is doing anymore. It's just just one thing is relevant now, and then another thing will be relevant later, and then they completely
Exactly.
retcon it the next episode.
Next episode's gonna be great. It's called A Wondrous Place, and as we guessed
That
Yeah.
sounds familiar.
many time episodes ago when we saw the title for it, it does involve Jasmine and Aladdin. When Hook finds
And
himself
Ariel.
trapped in another realm, along with the Nautilus and her crew, he races to return to Emma before Gideon can execute the rest of his plan. In Storybrooke, Regina and Snow take Emma out to get her mind off of Hook's disappearance. And in a flashback to Agrabah, Jasmine befriends Ariel, and together they set out to locate Prince Eric as the threat from Jafar intensifies.
How the fuck
Okay.
does Ariel get?
This
from
is why she's
water
still looking for Eric. We know she finds Eric and then they disappear.
But we know
Well,
that
we don't know what
that
happened to
mermaids can traverse realms through water.
Yeah.
Aladdin, desert,
she-
oasis.
We don't even know if there even is an oasis.
There was in
She shows up in Jasmine's.
there
soup
was
bowl.
in the cartoon.
Her soup bowl.
Well, maybe it was like you see like
She
you
can
know,
use the
like,
palace
swim
fountain for
things-
all we know.
threw things out of a lake or something or the river, and then you find the fish 5 miles inland
Well-
because he dropped it.
We know there's springs of water, there's wells and stuff because we saw a good chunk of Agrabah in Wonderland through flashbacks
Yeah.
and stuff too. So there is water there. So, but yeah, gonna be a great episode. I saw the promo; it looks fantastic.
Yeah,
So-
those actors are great.
The
And,
only thing about the promo that pissed me off is when Emma says, "Well, I'm gonna have to move on." What the fuck? The guy's been
No.
gone for less missed it a couple days,
No.
and
Emma, shut up.
and
Shut up,
that's
Emma.
what she said. And I'm like, seriously?
No, I'm
You're
gonna get
gonna
on the
move
Emma. I will
on
get on the
because-
Emma hate train if that is what's going on.
If she's a
Hey,
girlfriend,
you gotta look at from her point of view of they just broke up and now he left Storybrooke. Like that
yeah,
that
but I'm not
kind
going
of
to say,
seems
"Oh, I'm going to
No,
move
shut up.
on."
that kind of seems finite to me.
The thing is, you know where you live, you know who you're dealing with. Why would you automatically assume that he just fucking took off?
Because
You
it's
could
Yeah.
with this
No.
show in this town.
She
You can
knows
assume a lot of things.
she says she does. She will know that he didn't just take off. He would not do that to her. That she's being stupid.
Hey,
Look.
what have I been saying this whole freaking series?
The craziest thing you assume in this town is probably the most true.
Maybe. Jake, where can the people find you?
Find me here on YouTube at Jacob Salazar, or you can find me on Twitter, tweeting me throughout the week, throughout the life at ToNowhereLand. That is TONOWHERELAND. Join the Nowhereland Society. I'm sure Hook will in the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Nowhereland is a place that I just randomly made up and I didn't know existed.
Maybe it exists in the offshoot of the Enchanted Forest. Nikki, where can the people find you?
On Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyYVENOM 24.
Awesome. Rachel, where can the people find you?
Find me at Twitter at VikingWitch76. I'm not going to spell it out for you because I'm pretty sure you guys know how to spell.
I don't.
VIKIN.
Here.
You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM. You can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, MySpace, and right here on YouTube at /ASO TV Podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, games, and movies. Till next time. Yeah.
God,
They
my
didn't
head.
broke up, Dom. Nope. You missed a lot of what I said at the beginning, Danielle. I think you'd actually be satisfied with it, so make sure to go back and listen to that. It'll make a lot of sense to you.
Oh, my face.
And you'll realize that it's a good thing when you hear me explain it from the beginning. So
What are
definitely
you,
make sure to
Martha
check that out.
Stewart now?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I make crafts from jail.
No, you don't. You don't make crafts.
How do you make crafts in jail first?
I don't know, ask her.
With the sporks and the.
The same way that they're trying to
Macaronis
implement
and
college
glue.
courses in prisons so that they're not sitting around twiddling their diddles all freaking day.
Macaroni and
They're
glue.
diddles.
Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to get this episode up as soon as possible, along with everything else from this week. So, catch you guys later.